I accomplish more meaningful work in fewer hours. I have more fulfilling connections and less time together. I learn more from shorter periods of reading, not because I've optimized my schedule, but because I've protected my attention. Here's what I wish I'd understood sooner. Attention is the currency of life. We experience only what we attend to. We remember only what we attend to. We are affected by only what we attend to. Without attention, time is just an abstraction, passing but not experienced. I realized this most clearly when I was reviewing some old photographs with my mother. There were dozens of pictures from events I had attended, birthdays, holidays, gatherings with friends and family, but looking at many of them, I had no actual memory of the moment captured. I was physically there, but my attention had been elsewhere, on work problems, on my phone, on worries about the future, or regrets about the past. Those moments are gone forever, not because I didn't have enough time, but because I didn't give them my attention. I was never really there at all. Contrast that with moments I remember vividly from decades ago: a conversation with a friend when I was fully present, a walk alone when I was completely absorbed in my surroundings, a problem I was solving with my complete focus. These memories remain vivid, not because they were inherently more significant, but because they received my full attention. This realization has changed how I think about memory itself. Memory isn't just about time passing, it's about attention given. The moments we attend to fully are the ones that become part of our lived experience. Everything else might as well not have happened at all. I see this truth revealed most clearly in conversations with elderly people. Those in their 80s and 90s often have crystal clear memories of moments from 70 years ago while struggling to remember what happened last week. The difference isn't just about how memory changes with age, it is about how completely they attended to those early experiences compared to the often distracted way they engage with the present. This is especially important to understand as you grow older. Many people reach their 60s, 70s, and beyond and suddenly have the time they always wished for: time to read, to connect, to explore, to reflect. But after decades of fragmenting their attention, they find it difficult to engage deeply with anything. They have time but have lost the capacity for sustained attention. I visited an old friend recently who had just retired after a successful but all-consuming career. He had eagerly anticipated having time to read all the books he'd set aside, to learn new skills, to deepen relationships. But he confessed to me that he was struggling. "I have all the time in the world now," he said, "but I can't seem to focus on anything for more than a few minutes. My mind keeps jumping around looking for something else." He had protected his time well enough to build a successful career, but he had neglected to protect his attention. And now, with abundant time finally available, he found his capacity for attention severely diminished. I see this happening to people much younger now, in their 30s and 40s. They already struggle to read a book without checking their phone. They can't have a conversation without glancing at notifications. They can't sit with their own thoughts for even a few minutes without seeking distraction. This isn't just about productivity or even happiness. It's about the very nature of your lived experience. Life is not measured in years or even hours, but in moments of genuine attention. Everything else is just existence, not living. I've been thinking about this in relation to some of the ambitious goals I've pursued: extending human lifespan, making life multiplanetary, developing sustainable energy. These projects aim to give humanity more time. But what good is more time without the capacity for attention? What value is living longer if we're increasingly unable to be fully present for any of it? This question has begun to influence how I think about technology itself. The devices and platforms we create shouldn't just save time. They should protect and enhance our capacity for attention. Technology that fragments attention may seem efficient in the short term, but exacts a terrible cost in the long run. I've started asking this question about products and features. Does this strengthen or weaken the user's capacity for attention? Does it help them engage more deeply or pull them toward more shallow engagement? Technology that truly serves humanity should do more than just save time. It should respect and nurture our most precious resource, our attention. If I could go back and tell my younger self one thing, it would be this: protect your attention even more carefully than your time. Give complete attention to what truly matters, even if just for short periods. Quantity of hours will never compensate for lack of attention. I would tell him to create boundaries not just around his time, but around his attention, to recognize that multitasking isn't just inefficient, it's a way of being partially absent from your own life, to understand that presence without attention isn't really presence at all. I would urge him to practice giving complete attention regularly, the way you might practice any other valuable skill, to put the phone away entirely, not just silence it. To create environments that protect attention rather than fragment it, to recognize when his mind has wandered and gently bring it back to the present moment, to what's right in front of him. Most importantly, I would tell him that this capacity for attention is what makes us distinctly human. In an age of artificial intelligence and Automation, many human capabilities can be replicated or exceeded by machines. But the capacity for deep, sustained attention, for being fully present with another person, for giving yourself completely to a creative endeavor, for experiencing life directly rather than abstractly, this remains uniquely human. Think about your own life and how this distinction between time and attention might apply. Are you focusing on managing your schedule while neglecting the quality of your attention? Are you physically present but mentally elsewhere during the moments that matter most? Consider a typical day in your life. You might have a conversation with your spouse over breakfast, attend several meetings at work, have lunch with a colleague, make phone calls during your commute, help your child with homework, watch some television, and read a few pages before bed. Measured in time, this seems like a full day with varied activities and different types of engagement. But how much of it did you experience with your full attention? During breakfast, were you also checking email? In meetings, were you thinking about other tasks? While helping with homework, was your mind on tomorrow's presentation? While watching television, were you also scrolling through your phone? If you're like most people in our modern world, much of your day passes with your attention divided, fragmented, only partially engaged with what's in front of you. Measured in attention rather than time, you might have experienced only a small fraction of your day. The good news is that attention, like any mental faculty, can be strengthened. Even if you've spent decades allowing your attention to be fragmented and scattered, you can rebuild your capacity for deep focus and full presence. It takes deliberate practice and the right environment, but it's possible at any age. I've seen this in my own life. After years of constant context switching, of being perpetually reachable, of consuming information in ever shorter formats, I found my capacity for sustained attention severely diminished. I couldn't read a book for more than a few pages without reaching for my phone. I couldn't sit in a meeting without part of my mind wandering to other concerns. I couldn't have a conversation without feeling the urge to check notifications. Rebuilding this capacity hasn't been easy. It's required deliberate practice, creating the right environment, and sometimes uncomfortable withdrawal from the constant stimulation I'd grown accustomed to. But the benefits have been profound, not just in productivity, but in the quality of my experience itself. I found that attention is like a muscle. When you first begin exercising it, the limitations are frustrating. You can only maintain focus for short periods before your mind wanders. But with consistent practice, this capacity grows. What once required enormous effort becomes easier. The periods of sustained attention lengthen. The quality of that attention deepens. This practice begins with small steps. Try giving something your complete undivided attention for just 5 minutes. A conversation, a piece of music, a work problem, even just your own breathing. No phone, no multitasking, no allowing your mind to wander to other concerns. Just complete presence with whatever you've chosen to focus on. At first, this will be surprisingly difficult. You'll notice your mind constantly trying to jump to other thoughts, to seek distraction, to escape the present moment. That's normal. The practice isn't about preventing these impulses, but about gently bringing your attention back each time it wanders. Gradually extend these periods of complete attention. Move from 5 minutes to 10, from 10 to 20. Create environments that support rather than undermine this practice. Spaces without digital distractions, time blocks protected from interruption, contexts that signal to your brain that this is time for sustained attention rather than rapid switching. This isn't about time management but attention management. It's not about doing more things but about being more fully present for the things you do. It's about quality of engagement rather than quantity of activities. This is what I regret not understanding sooner, that protecting my attention would have served me better than optimizing my time, that being fully present for 1 hour is worth more than being distracted for 10. That life consists not of the days we pass through, but of the moments we attend to. I hope you don't have to learn this the hard way as I did. Start now. Whatever your age, recognize that your attention is your most precious resource. Guard it, strengthen it, and give it completely to what truly matters. Don't wait until you have more time. That day may come only to find your capacity for attention has been depleted. This isn't about productivity systems or time management techniques. It's about recognizing the true currency of a life well lived. Not seconds and minutes, but moments of full, genuine attention. Think of it this way. At the end of your life, you won't wish you had managed your calendar more efficiently. You'll wish you had been more fully present for the moments that mattered, that you had given your complete attention to the people you loved, the work that inspired you, the beauty that surrounded you. Start practicing this now. Next time you're with someone you care about, put away your phone completely, not just face down on the table, but out of sight entirely. Give them your full attention. Your eyes, your ears, your complete presence. Notice the difference in the quality of your connection. When you're working on something important, close all other tabs and applications. Turn off notifications. Create a space where your full attention can rest on the task at hand. Notice how different your thinking becomes when it's not constantly interrupted. When you're experiencing something beautiful, a piece of music, a natural landscape, a work of art, give it your complete attention. Don't photograph it for later or immediately think about sharing it. Just experience it fully directly with your whole attention. Notice how much richer the experience becomes. These practices aren't about adding more activities to your already busy life. They're about experiencing the life you already have more fully, more richly, more completely by giving it your attention, not just your time. The insights that have changed my life haven't come from managing my calendar more efficiently. They've come from moments of complete attention, whether to a problem that needed solving, a conversation that mattered, or an experience that moved me. The life I've actually lived, as opposed to merely passed through, consists entirely of moments I attended to fully. This is the secret hiding in plain sight. The truth I wish I'd understood decades ago. Time without attention isn't really time experienced at all. Attention, not time, is the true currency of life. Share this with someone who needs to hear that their attention matters more than their time. Subscribe if you want to explore more insights I wish I'd understood decades earlier. What area of your life would benefit most from giving it your complete attention rather than just more time?